Hi, everyone. I am Dr. Michelle Maddox, and I'm here with Dr. Nicole Kane, a naturopathic doctor with a degree in clinical psychology. She is the author of the forthcoming book, Panic Proof, and you can find her on Instagram at Dr. Nicole Kane. And I am very happy to be chatting about a couple of cases with her. So let's dive right on into the first case.
Thanks for having me. It's good to be back with you.
It's
And
great to chat.
this first case it's near and dear to my heart. I've been working with this little guy for a number of years. We'll call him Justin, and he's 14 at the time. And he was diagnosed with ARFID, a type of eating disorders called avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. And oftentimes this will occur in somebody who has either had an adversive experience to eating, where maybe they choked when they were little, or they may be really sensitive to textures or flavors or combinations. And so we find that these individuals are called picky eaters, or they are resistant or avoidant to eating. And so this was definitely part of Justin's story. The ARFID, we think, came as a part of a big traumatic, really nasty divorce that his parents went through when he was 6. And around that time, he found that his diet was becoming more and more and more restrictive, to where he was only eating a few food groups. And correlation does not imply causation. So it could have been the big stressor. It could have been something else that was going on. He would also, he had a lot of reflux and digestive issues as a little baby, but things really started to shift with that big stress.
Mm-hmm.
And so he also had depression, eczema, joint pain, headaches, issues with sleeping. And of course, with the ARFID, he really struggled to swallow pills. And so it was difficult to find solutions for him, because flavors are really difficult. Swallowing things is really difficult. And the biggest thing that his mom was concerned about at this time of this visit was that he was losing weight. He was 5'6", but only weighed 100 pounds,
Oh, wow.
just over 100 pounds. He's
Yeah.
really, really thin.
Tiny, yeah.
Yeah. He had worked with a psychiatrist, a dietitian, counselors. He'd used a ton of naturopathic therapies, but the weight loss was a big issue. And so I did a physical exam. And so I love to do new interventions, especially with kiddos, kind of one at a time. And so we kind of have our baseline presentation. And so his skin, he had eczema patches on his skin. He had one on the inner arch of the foot, the tip of his pointer finger. He had some spots on his legs, the back of the shoulder. They were really red, itchy. He would pick at them. He was nauseated every single morning when he woke up. He had headaches every single afternoon. And then sleep was a problem. He would go to bed at 10, lay awake until 1 a.m. And then finally he would fall asleep until he had to get up for school at 7 a.m. the next morning.
Poor
And
kid.
he's struggling. Yeah. And of course, grumpy and depressed. And so
Added to a teenager.
added to being a teenager, trying to figure out life, and it was really hard.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about the gut and how the gut can be the root of our immune system. It can be the root of metabolism. He had digestive sensitivities. And so when in doubt, go to the gut. We've done a ton of other stuff. So I started him on Stress Release by Omni-Biotic. I picked that one in particular because he did have so much emotional distress kind of in combination with the physical symptoms. I love that it comes in a sachet. And so we could really easily put that in a liquid and hide it. And he actually shockingly liked the powder, the Omni-Biotic powder. We just simply dumped it in a little bit of chocolate milk, and he would drink it, and it was great. And so I followed up with him in 30 days. And so this is what they reported. So number one is his anxiety was improved. He said, happier. His depression was better. He had less reports of, quote, bad thoughts. He was having kind of negative, bad thoughts, like maybe I'm not going to get better. Maybe I shouldn't be here. And those were better. Those were gone. He added chicken fingers to his diet.
Yay.
Huge
Protein.
win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, just eat some
Protein.
protein. So get
Yep.
some his food restrictions. So there's still, we're still working on it, but adding
Mhm.
one food in a month is a giant victory for him.
Yeah.
So I was like, we'll take it.
Yeah.
He gained a pound. The nausea waking in the morning was gone. His headaches had been reduced to only one headache in 30 days since the last visit. And he was sleeping better. He was falling asleep at 10, getting up at 8 before he'd had interrupted sleep, laid awake much longer. And so, of course,
Mhm.
his energy was better. He's feeling a lot happier.